My toxic cousin tried to publicly humiliate me for being single during her engagement speech. She thought she had completely ruined my night until an unbelievably handsome stranger whispered 5 words in my ear that changed everything. I have a cousin named Morgan who treats life like a reality television show where she is the only star. If I got a promotion at work, she would suddenly announce she was moving to Europe. If I bought a new car, she would miraculously get a puppy and demand that the entire family throw a welcome home shower for it. By the time we hit our late 20s, her desperate need for attention had turned downright malicious. Last month was Morgan's ridiculously lavish engagement party at a high-end country club. She had been bragging about it for 6 solid months. But when I arrived and checked the golden seating chart, I wasn't at the family tables. She had deliberately shoved me all the way in the back at table 49. Table 49 was literally touching the swinging kitchen doors. It was just me, a guy who kept sniffing his hands, and her fiancé's weird, distant uncle. I tried to ignore it, sipping my warm, cheap champagne until Morgan tapped her crystal glass to make her grand toast. She thanked everyone for coming, and then her eyes locked onto me all the way across the sprawling room. I just feel so incredibly blessed, she cooed into the microphone, sticking out her bottom lip in a fake pout. Especially when I look at my dear cousin, over there in the dark corner. She works so hard at her little office job, but she is always showing up to these family events totally alone. Let's all send her some good vibes tonight, so maybe, just maybe, she won't have to be a lonely spinster forever. The entire ballroom went dead quiet. 200 pairs of eyes shifted directly to me. My face burned hot. I wanted to crawl under the ugly tablecloth and just completely disappear. But then, I felt a heavy, warm hand gently rest on my bare shoulder. "Sorry I'm late, sweetheart," a deep, velvety voice said. I looked up, completely stunned. Standing next to me was a man who looked like he had just stepped off a movie set. He was wearing a perfectly tailored charcoal suit with a crisp white shirt, casually unbuttoned at the top. He had piercing gray eyes. He leaned down, his lips brushing my ear, and whispered, "I was grabbing a drink at the bar and I heard that whole speech. Just play along, beautiful. Let's completely steal her thunder." Before I could even take a breath, he pulled out the chair next to me and sat down. "I am so sorry for the interruption, everyone," he announced, his rich voice booming effortlessly across the silent room. "I got held up on a massive conference call with my overseas investors. For those who don't know me, I am Ethan, her fiancé." Morgan actually dropped her microphone. It hit the hardwood floor and squealed with a horrible feedback noise. "We were trying to keep it a secret," Ethan continued, flashing a devastatingly handsome smile and wrapping a strong arm around my waist. "I wanted to give her the absolute perfect ring, so I had my private jeweler fly to Dubai to source the diamond. Only the absolute best, for the most brilliant, breathtaking woman I have ever met." The crowd literally gasped. The pity in their eyes instantly vanished, replaced by pure awe. Morgan looked like she was going to spontaneously combust. She scrambled to pick up the mic, babbling about her custom designer dress, but it was way too late. The damage was totally done. For the rest of the night, Ethan played the role of the obsessed billionaire boyfriend to absolute perfection. He fetched my drinks, kissed my forehead, and listened to my boring stories, like I was revealing the secrets of the universe. Soon, everyone abandoned Morgan's expensive photo booth to come crowd around our little reject table. Her own bridesmaids were practically drooling over Ethan, asking exactly how we met. "She actually spilled iced coffee on my shoes downtown," Ethan lied flawlessly, staring deeply into my eyes. And the second she looked up and apologized, I knew I was completely done for. Morgan spent the last hour of her own party, locking herself in the bridal suite bathroom, sobbing hysterically, because no one was paying attention to her. When the party finally ended, Ethan walked me to my Uber. He opened the car door, gave me a real, lingering kiss on the cheek, and slipped his phone into my hand. "Put your number in," he smiled, his gray eyes twinkling in the warm streetlights. "Because next time, I want to take you on a real date, and I promise, there won't be any toxic cousins allowed."